Dolls and toys have always stood as symbols of innocent childhood, becoming companions that children hold dear even in their sleep. Yet, a visit to Mexico's Doll Island would undoubtedly change your perspective. Only in Mexico, with a single visit to the chilling island known as Isla de las Muñecas, or Doll Island, can you verify the authenticity of what you've read or heard. However, caution is paramount, as unsettling stories about dolls and children's figures that transform at night and move during the day have spawned a continuous debate regarding their veracity. Some question whether they are real or merely stories designed to ignite the imagination. At first glance, Isla de las Muñecas on Lake Xochimilco, south of the Mexican capital, seems like a fitting choice for a leisurely escape into the embrace of picturesque nature. Yet, concealed amidst the trees lies a tale not for the faint of heart. This desolate and eerie island, alternatively dubbed the Island of Horror by some, is nestled amidst the channels of Lake Xochimilco to the south of Mexico City. The area is home to several lakes that have played a significant role in the history, giving rise to the most remarkable civilizations in the Valley of Mexico, such as the Toltec and Aztec civilizations. Despite thousands of people inhabiting the surrounding region and the tranquility of the lake waters, the residents lack the audacity to inhabit the mysterious Doll Island. Instead, it has become a dwelling place for hundreds of dolls hanging from the trees. They stand as a chilling welcome for any visitor, with vacant eyes, severed limbs, and decapitated heads, evoking fear and terror in anyone who dares to approach, particularly as darkness falls. The shadows cast by the dolls amplify the horror, infusing an additional layer of dread and ferocity to their appearances. The story traces back through decades to a time when the island was inhabited solely by the eccentric Julian Santana. He lived alone in his cottage after deserting his entire family, leaving them behind in the city for reasons unknown. This reclusive man became known as Don Julian in the region. His enigmatic presence gave rise to various tales and speculations, as analyses grew in an attempt to uncover the reason for his seclusion on the isolated island. The story dates back to 1950, when Julian was a young man, married with children, and held a prestigious position in the city. Julian occasionally visited the island due to familial ties with its original inhabitants. Once, while he stood on the island's shores lost in thought, his gaze fixated on the spectral image of a young girl trapped in the lake's waters. She seemed to beseech him with every ounce of her strength. Promptly, Julian plunged into the lake to rescue her, convinced that she was still alive. Her eyes, wide open with both astonishment and supplication, confirmed his belief. However, Julian's efforts yielded only a rubber doll with blue eyes and long blonde hair grasped in his hands. This discovery nearly unhinged him, especially after a local farmer narrated the girl's story. She had drowned in that spot in the lake during the 1920s, and her body had never been found. Thus, Julian concluded that the doll was the remains of the drowned girl. He hung it on a large tree trunk, using it as an expression of his sorrow and as a tribute to the girl's spirit. But the story did not end there. After a brief period, Julian began to transform. He seemed absent for long stretches, not eating, drinking, or conversing with any of his family members. All he did was collect refuse and remnants of old, torn dolls, even rummaging through garbage bins or bartering fruit for dolls. He would then adorn these dolls and hang them on the island's trees, turning it into a gallery of sorts. In 2001, after 50 years of collecting and hanging dolls on the trees, Julian's drowned body was discovered in the same location where the girl had drowned. The circumstances were eerie, given that the cause and manner of his death remained unexplained, much like the girl's. This led some to believe that his spirit had joined the others on the island. Over time, the Island of Horror transformed into a sprawling exhibition of dolls, despite its surrounding aura of mystery and fear. The locals came to view it as a bewitching and alluring place, contributing to its fame. It garnered attention in numerous articles and TV shows, becoming a tourist attraction where visitors brought more dolls. While Julian's initial actions seemed pure and innocent, his legacy left behind a significant enigma. At the end of this tale, I invite you to share your thoughts. Do you believe Julian was merely a fictional legend, or was the story entirely true? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications to stay updated on our latest videos.